Most final sessions of courses are a wrap up, a summary, or a celebration. This isn't that. Because here's the thing, you've spent this course building a foundation, prompts, workflows, custom GPTs, automation. That's so real and useful. It's already going to save you a lot of time. But the foundation isn't the destination. It's just the starting point for something bigger. And for those of you who haven't checked out the whole course, you can still continue watching this video because what we're going to talk about is the importance of AI agents and where we are headed in the AI era. All right. So, right now in 2026 and even beyond, this something bigger has the name AI agents. And most non technical people have never really got this term clearly explained. Most of what is really written about it just assumes you are a developer. So, in this video, I want to do three things: explain what AI agents actually are in simple language. Second, show you the no code tools that make them accessible to people like us. And three, give you a clear sequenced map of what to actually do next. So let's go. What AI agents actually are. So everything in this course has been about you working with AI. Okay, you write a prompt, AI responds, you refine it, you use the output, you build workflows, you set up automations, and at every step, you are still in the loop. Like you initiate, you review, you approve. AI agents are different. An AI agent doesn't wait for you to give it a task. You give it a goal and it figures out all the steps, it takes all the actions, uses all the tools it has access to, and works towards that goal on its own, completely autonomous. Now, let me make that a little concrete. So, I know the question you have in mind is what's the difference between automation and agent then? So, an automation workflow does one thing when triggered. So, when X happens, do Y. Predictable, fixed, and reliable. But an agent reasons like its own mind. You say research the top five competitors in this space, summarize their positioning, identify the gaps, and draft three strategic angles we could own. And it goes and does that. It researches, it reads, it synthesizes, it writes, and it brings you a finished output, not really a basic prompt response. It thinks, it actually thinks. Okay, so think of it like this. Okay, a workflow is a well-trained staff member who follows a checklist. Okay, it's reliable, it's consistent, it does exactly whatever is listed in the checklist. An agent is a smart autonomous contractor you gave a project brief to. Now they figure out how to get it done. Sometimes they impress you and sometimes they go off in a direction you didn't really expect. And then you, of course, have to course correct. Both are useful, and the key is knowing which one to reach for. And right now, for most marketing and creative work, workflows give you 80% of the value with, say, 20% of the risk. But agents are where things are heading super fast. The foundation you've built in this course, understanding prompts, workflows, AI limitations, these are exactly what you'll need to use agents well when they are ready for prime time. So, whatever you've built so far is solid and concrete for the future. And what do AI agents actually do? Let me show you with some of the practical examples, of course, for non-tech professionals. Think about a research agent. What it does is you give a topic or a question, it searches the web, reads multiple resources, synthesizes key findings, and produces a structured summary without you directing each step. So, example, research the top content marketing trends for B2B SaaS in Q1 2026. Summarize the 5 most actionable ones with evidence. Agent searches, reads, and synthesizes. Another example, outreach agent. Given a list of leads, it researches each person, personalizes an opening message based on their recent work or maybe the company news, and queues drafts for your review. Everything, all of it, without you writing a single message from scratch. So you could give it a list of 20 prospects. It researches each one, drafts a personalized opening line, and delivers 20 review ready messages right there for you. None of these really require a developer to set up. That's the part that's changing right now and super fast. And here are some of the no code tools that make this accessible for us. So, most people don't really realize about AI agents and no code tools is that 3 years ago, building any of these really required a developer. You needed to write a code, understand APIs, managing the infrastructure, etc. But that's no longer true. There is now an entire ecosystem of visual no code tools specifically designed for non tech people who want to build things with AI. So you don't really need to learn to code, you just have to be passionate enough to build. And here's a map of where to look at it. Pause and take a look at the next screen. You see, you don't need all of these. You need to know that they exist, and you just have to pick one to experiment with whenever you're ready. Maybe experiment with Relevance AI or Lovable or Bolt or whatever feels the most comfortable to you to start with. These are built specifically for us who want to build agents and have no tech background as such. And honestly, even I'm currently exploring them. So, yes, let's do it together. Um, and here's a note, things are moving fast. So, how do you really stay sane in this super fast world? I want to say something about this because I feel it's really important. AI is moving faster than any of us can really fully keep up with it. New models, new tools, new capabilities every week, sometimes every day. And there's a version of engaging which is honestly exhausting and ultimately even counterproductive at some point. So here's the filter that I use, which is also something that I have shared in my previous videos. You can check it out here. So when something new launches, ask yourself 2 questions. Which of the 5 bucket does this fall into? Text, image, audio, video, or workflow? And second, what does this do something meaningfully better than the tool I already use in that bracket? If the answer to the question 2 is no, file it and just move on. You don't need it, and you don't really need to be overwhelmed with it. And if the answer is yes, give it one session, 30 minutes. See if anything changes. If it does, then adopt it. And if it does not, just go back to what was working. There is no harm in working with the tool that really gives you peace of mind and efficient results. And this filter is going to save you from approximately 90% of the tool FOMO that that makes AI feel so overwhelming. Most new tools are just incremental, and a few are honestly genuinely transformative. So those 2 questions, that test is going to tell you which one deserves your time. All right, so your next chapter now. I'm going to give this to you in the exact order I wish for you to follow. Okay, you don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to sprint to AI agents and no code apps before you've got your prompt library working. Okay, this stuff compounds. The foundation you've built in this course, that's what makes everything that comes next faster, smoother, more useful. Trying to skip to agents without the fundamentals is like trying to run before you've learned to even walk consistently. So here's the sequence that I genuinely feel works well. Build your prompt library and rebuild one workflow. Okay, then set up one custom GPT or project, configure it for your most frequent task, and use it every day for at least 30 days. Later, build one automation, like pick the trigger action that happens most often. Get it running before you build a second one. And finally, when you're ready, explore the no code tools, experiment with one, and see what's possible in the AI agent world. That's your marathon, not a sprint. Each step makes the next one a little bit easier. All right, that's it. That's the course. Woohoo! If you followed me through and through all the 15, in fact, 15 plus 0, the introductory bit, all the 16 sessions, I am so happy and so glad that you did it. So, from what even is AI to understanding agents and no code tools and exactly what steps to follow, the 3 phases, the 15 videos, all of it assuming you really have no technical background, because honestly you don't need one. I'm so happy that we've crossed this together. um, I said at the start that nobody taught us this stuff, and that's why we'd figure it out together, and I hope you felt it. I meant it in both directions. These videos are what I figured out so far, and your questions, your experiments, your feedback, that's what makes the next round of videos better. So if something landed for you, tell me in the comments. If something confused you or felt missing, or you felt something off, tell me that too. That's how we grow together, right? And if you know someone who's been quietly overwhelmed with all of the AI news, send this course to them. It's free and it's built for exactly that person. Thank you for trusting me to help you. Hope this helped. And for those of you who have not really been a part of the entire course, thank you for you too. And if you're interested, the playlist is in the description. Do check it out.